and welcome to my channel. I have something special prepared for you today. Or actually, we're going to prepare something special today. That's what I'm going to say because it's not prepared just yet, but we're going to pull it together. I am paying homage to the state of Georgia, which is where I was born. Not necessarily raised, but born, so I am still considered a Georgia peach. And we're going to do a chicken and waffle, but we're going to add some peaches to our waffles, and I made also a delicious peach whiskey sauce to complement these chicken and waffles. So stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is prepare the peach whiskey sauce. It's not going to take long, but we do need our peaches to break down. So I do have frozen peaches for this part of the recipe. You can use fresh, but I just prefer frozen. They hold up just a little bit better in this recipe. And we're going to do about 2 cups of peaches, 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and a 1/3 cup of your favorite whiskey. Now, I'm not even gonna lie, I love whiskey, so I do go a little overboard with the whiskey, but the recipe only requires a 1/3 cup. But come on with this 1/2 cup. And what we're gonna do actually with this, we're going to let it steep in this pot, let all the flavors come together over a medium heat. I'm going to cover this and we're just going to let it cook down. It'll take about 15 to 20 minutes. So next, we are going to start preparing our waffles. So what we have here are 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Ooh, let's make sure we get it all. And a teaspoon of salt. And these are our dry ingredients. I'm going to sift them together just to make sure that they're all incorporated and it's going to blend nicely in our mixture. It also makes the batter nice and smooth as well. Alright, and we're going to set it aside and work on our wet ingredients. So our wet ingredients consist of 3 large eggs, also 2 cups of buttermilk, a teaspoon of vanilla. And what we're going to do is we're going to just whisk this together until our eggs are broken down and you're covered in splashing milk. This can be quite messy, but it's going to be worth it, trust me. Now we're done with our wet ingredients together, and we're going to gradually add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. Just a little at a time, because I want to make sure that's good and incorporated. And I'm choosing to use a spatula for this rather than a whisk because I do want to keep the consistency of my batter. I don't want it too smooth. I still want it to have a little texture. And I'm actually just kind of folding the flour, baking powder, baking soda, sugar, and salt into the wet ingredients. Now while doing this, if you feel like your batter is too dry, Feel free to add just a little bit more buttermilk. I don't know what it is about waffles and pancakes and all these bready breakfast dishes, but they're my favorite. And this is also a good way to get some good arm exercise. Don't sleep on your exercising. I mean, you need this workout if you're going to be eating like this, huh? Next, we're going to fold in 1.5 cups of peaches. Now, I chose to use, of course, the Great State Georgia peach. Because, one, we're paying homage to Georgia today, but peaches have this way of bringing a subtle sweetness to this waffle. I use white and golden peaches for this, or yellow peaches, some people call them. But I have 1.5 cups chopped up, nice and fine. We're going to add to our batter. We're going to just fold it in. You can also add other fruit, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries too. Whatever type of fruit you like, feel free to add. And the last ingredient is going to be 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Go right onto the top of our batter and mix it in really good. It's gonna add a little richness to this batter. Like I say, when making any batter, let it sit for about 10 minutes to allow all your ingredients to come together. We're gonna go check on our peach whiskey sauce. So as we see, our peaches are looking good. Yummy, yummy. A nice boil to them. We're gonna cook just a little bit more. I want them a little bit more tender. Keep them covered. So next we're gonna move on to our chicken, for our chicken and waffles. So I use chicken tenderloin. I choose to use chicken tenderloin simply because I don't want to get around bones when I'm eating my chicken and waffles. It's a preference thing. You can use any part of the chicken that you want to use, trust me. So the night before, I always marinate my chicken in buttermilk, salt and pepper, and fresh herbs. I think it just adds a wonderful flavor to the chicken tender. Or whatever part of the chicken you choose to use, but that's my my preference on a chicken marinade. You can use whatever. I always say that cooking is all about how you feel. I cook how I feel. So last night I was feeling like I wanted buttermilk chicken, so that's what's going with this waffle. In my bowl here, I have flour, panko breadcrumbs, and of course salt and pepper. Also, let me just tell you, to this marinade, I also add sriracha because I'm a spicy girl. I didn't want to leave that part out. Buttermilk, sriracha, salt and pepper, minced garlic, and fresh herbs. That's exactly what's in my marinade. So back to this. It is flour, panko breadcrumbs for crunch, salt, and pepper. That's all this is. And what I'm going to do is take my fork and take out a chicken tender, shake off a little bit of the batter, and add it to the flour mixture. And make sure that my chicken tender is nice and coated. I lay my chicken tender out on a sheet pan that's covered with parchment paper. I just believe in having all my meat breaded before I move to my fryer, simply because it just saves time. Again, just coating the chicken with the breadcrumb and flour mixture and laying it on my parchment covered cookie sheet. And I love how the herbs stick to the chicken. I think it just adds something to the presentation and also the flavor when you're eating the chicken and you come across a herb. The type of herbs you choose to put in your marinade, strictly up to you. I use thyme, basil, sometimes sage. I spend a lot of time with herbs. And I like to use my favorite staple go-to herbs, which are always rosemary, thyme, basil. I keep those around a lot. So I have a tendency to use those a lot in marinades, seasoning oils, whatever I can throw a herb in, I'm throwing a herb in. So our chicken is nice and breaded, and we can head back to the fryer. And while we are heading to the fryer, let's check on our peach whiskey sauce. Awesome, look at our sauce. It looks so delicious already before we finish it. Now, we are about to add something to make it super rich, and that's 3 tablespoons of butter, unsalted of course, and we're going to reduce the temperature down to low, and we're going to cover it and let that just simmer. Alright, so back here I have some canola oil. I let it come up to about 350-degree temperature, and to my oil I have some fresh thyme and sage leaves. I'm going to add slowly because it does pop. And just let that season our flavor, our oil a little bit. And I don't know if you've ever had an opportunity to eat fried herb, but it's actually pretty tasty. We're going to let that do its thing for a second. Alright, our oil has come up to temperature, so we're going to start frying our chicken tenders. Add it slowly so that you don't pop yourself with grease. Our peaches are soft, and we're going to just insert the immersion blender. Slowly working it through the sauce. Now, you can use this, you can pour this mixture into a blender if you have one. I just like the texture that using an immersion blender gives this sauce. Now, I'm not saying you should, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, but now would be the perfect time to add extra whiskey if you really want it. And you just simply put your lid back on and remove it from the burner. And it can actually be served at room temperature. Alright, now that our batter has had an opportunity to sit for 10 minutes, we're going to start cooking our waffles. So what I have here is some melted butter off to the side. We're going to brush our waffle maker with. Top and bottom. We want to make sure our waffle does not stick. We work too hard at this. And using my ladle, our waffle mix in. I'll do about two scoops of it. Make sure you get a nice full waffle. Alright, and here's our waffle. Yummy. I think we're ready to start plating this delicious meal. Now, one thing I like to do when I pull my chicken out of the fryer, I like to use some pink Himalayan salt. Just as a little extra seasoning. It's not really salty. It just adds a little to the chicken. So we have our peach waffle, our fried chicken. We have our peach whiskey sauce, and I have some fresh peaches also that I had macerating with some brown sugar. And surprise, Greek yogurt. Now I know you're wondering how does this come into play with this dish, but it actually is a wonderful complement to this chicken and waffle. So in plating, this is how it goes. We have our nice peach waffle down, and we're going to add just a little bit of Greek yogurt, just a dollop, right in the center. And then we're going to plate. These are pretty good sizes of chicken, so we're just going to use 2 right on top of that Greek yogurt. The next thing we're going to do is our peach whiskey sauce. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited about this sauce, probably more than I'm excited about anything else on this plate. Alright, so after we placed our chicken on our Greek yogurt, and this also is a 2% fat Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt. And next we have our peach whiskey sauce. Now we're not going to place it directly on the chicken, but we are going to put it in some conspicuous places around this chicken. Because unfortunately, the dish isn't about the sauce, it's about the chicken and the waffle. But you can do so much with this sauce other than this. You can serve it with pork chops, you can put it on a biscuit, you can eat it on ice cream, some multi-purpose sauce. And we're going to use some of our beautiful peaches that we have. Again, I'm going to incorporate the yellow and the white peach on the dish. And because I am a southern gal, I have some toasted pecans that we're going to add to this dish as well. And lastly but not leastly, we have some good maple syrup. We're going to add just a little bit of powdered sugar to this dish and mint, just as a garnish, simply because it's like adding a flower. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I do hope that you will try these recipes and let me know below what you think.